Local IT company Brennan securing a slot on BRW's Fast 100 companies for the 6th year running now. Brennan's been around 12 years. It's survived the ups and the downs characterising the IT sector in recent times, and it's recently topped $50 million in revenue. So to discuss the firm's inclusion on the list and their future plans, I'm joined by Brennan CEO Dave Stevens in our Melbourne studio. A warm welcome to Tech Report. Just run people through, the core business of Brennan for those that are kind of just newcomers to this space. What is your speciality in the IT field?
Sure, Carson. So two parts to our business, really. The first half is a telco part. We carry data and voice across the country. And the second part is an IT services part. So we'll outsource PCs, servers, help desk, all of that sort of thing. And we focus very much on the mid-market.
Now, in order to grow that mid-market core base, how reliant are you on the likes of the NBN to really get traction? And to that end, if we're talking potentially about a 10-year plan, how is growth in the company going to drive onwards, notwithstanding?
Look, the NBN is a really important part of Australia's infrastructure, I think. Our business will continue to grow and the mid-market will continue to prosper without the NBN. But what it really allows us to do is give access to the mid-market to a lot more centralised services, so we can deliver cloud computing and all of those types of solutions, which are much more cost effective, much more utility based for the mid-market. So I think it's really important. It's a big part of the next 10 years for Australia and the mid-market.
Okay, for the uninitiated, you use the word there, cloud computing. It's a bit of jargon, but what practically does it mean?
Well, what it is, and we love our jargon, so we love to explain it. Cloud computing is basically where we consolidate a whole load of servers into an infrastructure in a data centre connected to the internet. And what we then do is give clients or sell clients slices of those servers to do their computing on, so they don't have to own physical infrastructure and their physical servers in their buildings anymore. They actually buy virtual servers that are hosted in the cloud, and it's a much quicker way to bring your environment online. It's much more flexible, it's much more cost effective, and it really is the way of the future for the mid-market.
What happens though when the old jackhammer is going meters away from my office and suddenly, kaput, the cable is spliced, I lose all power, and seemingly I lose my internet connection? What happens to my data?
So that's a really important question, and David Thodey from Telstra was just talking about wireless networks, and that's a really important part of the disaster recovery framework across the country. So we have terrestrial or land-based ways of connecting clients, which is copper and cable, and we also have wireless ways of connecting as well. And then a good cloud solution will include really high bandwidth, perhaps fibre optic connection to a business, but it'll also include a mid-range band wireless connection, so that if the backhoe does plough through the optical fibre connection and you lose connection to all your servers, your staff can't effectively work, it automatically flicks over to something like a wireless connection, and the staff don't even really notice that they've had an outage. So there's just ways of designing solutions appropriately.
So can you sit before viewers and say, look, there is a guaranteed continuation of business? It's business as normal. It's like the old generator kicking in. You will not go offline if catastrophe strikes out in the field.
Yeah, without a doubt. So we sit before our clients daily and we make service level promises around what sort of uptime they can expect over a particular period. And it can be as high as 99.995% in many cases. And what matters most is just judging how much our uptime and downtime a client can live with, and designing a solution appropriately. If a client needs 100% uptime, then the technology is available to provide it.
What's the response been like in the market? Briefly, Dave, if you could, just in this environment of all environments where CapEx is being put on the back burner, how much of a struggle has that been to get people over the line?
Look, it's what it's driven, I think, is a really fundamental shift in the way that the mid-market looks to buy its technology. So for years, the prevailing idea was that you bought your own servers, you bought your own PCs, you paid the staff to run them, etc. What's happened over the last 18 months is that it's accelerated that move to cloud computing or to a managed service, to buy something like you would a utility, like you would buy electricity, for example. And that squeeze on capital has been a really big catalyst over the last 18 months. Companies just don't have that, or they've realised the value of their capital and that tying it up in infrastructure, servers and PC is just not a good use. So they're moving to cloud computing rapidly.
David Stevens from Brennan, congratulations on again making the list. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Carson.
All right. Do stay with us. We'll take a break, but we'll of course return with plenty more First Business.
With fixed income investments such as bonds and term deposits, there are many product choices. To make the right investment, you need expert advice. I'm Jim Stenning from FIG Securities, Australia's leading fixed income broker. We can provide you with advice and access to a whole range of fixed income products, from term deposits to government and corporate bonds. In an ever-changing market, you need expert advice. Call FIG today, 1800 01 0181. FIG Securities. We're the experts for fixed income.
Movember. The mustache is king. Grow a mo and help raise money and awareness for prostate cancer and depression in men. Register at Movember.com. Supporting Beyond Blue, the National Depression Initiative, and Prostate Cancer Foundation of Australia. Together, we can change the face of men's health.
Media Week, the last of the free-to-airs steps up to the second channel plate. But just what will 7/2 be offering to build rather than split audiences? We asked the network's sales and digital boss, James Warburton, how he plans to excite advertisers and compete against 9's Go, 10's Sports Fest 1 and subscription TV.
December 4th, there'll be a new kid on the block.
Plus, the ABC sets the launch date for its new kids channel, another executive vacancy at Oz Stereo, and as viewers tune in to the Don Lane tribute, is old-style entertainment firmly back in vogue? That's on Media Week, only on Australia's Business Channel.
We're watching every move the market makes. This is Australia's Business Channel. This is the Sky.